Hello and welcome to Survivor Pool AI, Artificial Intelligence, where we have created 3 artificial intelligence models or agents from 3 artificial intelligence models, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Groc, and and these agents will enter a selection each week into an NFL survivor pool to compete with each other. Along the way, you as the viewer of the video will be able to hopefully benefit from the, I don't know if it's insight or intelligence or research, but of the information that they're able to glean given their ability to sort through tons of data and come up with these selections. My name is Kip Skavinsky, and I'm assisted in this endeavor with Eric Tedisco, who's helping out with some of the technical aspects of this video. Before I forget, please hit the like button and the subscription button or subscribe button, as that'll help us out a whole lot in being able to continue to bring you these videos. First of all, if you get a chance, look back at episode 1 of this, where we lay out the foundation of what we're trying to do and some of the building blocks of creating these agents. All right, let's get started. On week 1, each of the agents entered into the pool. The pool has about 140 participants, so it's considered a medium-sized pool. Each agent was successful. ChatGPT selected Denver, Gemini the Eagles, and Groc selected Groc selected the Eagles, and Gemini selected Jacksonville. Out of the roughly 140 participants in our pool, roughly 50 picked the Eagles, 50 picked Denver, 12 picked the Eagles, and 27 picked the Cardinals, and another 11 picked the Bengals. So it was heavily weighted to the favorites, and our models ended up pretty much going that same way. The only one that might have been a little bit offbeat was Jacksonville. The attrition rate on our pool was about 3%. Only about 5 of those 140 participants picked a team that lost, and that was teams like Baltimore and New England, and I think maybe Miami. So most of the participants, it's a 2-loss pool, are still going strong in this pool. This was a little bit different. I checked one of the national pools where there are, I'm not sure, like 35,000 or 90,000 participants, and those pools are single elimination, and the attrition rate there was between 16 and 18%, so I find that kind of interesting that there was that high of an attrition rate. So it looks like the participants in those larger pools may be pursuing a little bit different strategy than the participants in our pool. One warning here is that anyone who has done any work or used any artificial intelligence models to do things, particularly like some research, there's always a warning saying, please check our work. And for example, in researching for let's say a medical journal article, sometimes apparently models comes up citing publications which don't exist. So we have to be careful what the models are doing, as they're not infallible, although of course they do allow us a deep dive into all kinds of statistics in terms of what this effort. I did find in going back and checking the work, I did find two kind of discrepancies. In week one, when ChatGPT was making its selection, it offered an alternative of a game. I guess it was the Washington over the Jets, when it was really Washington that was playing the Giants. Also, Gemini in week one initially selected Arizona over New Orleans. New Orleans over Arizona, citing Arizona's medium record last year. And however, on sort of a later correction, or a later inquiry, it corrected itself and indicating, maybe to save face, I'm not quite sure, and switching picks to Jacksonville, and so they picked the Jacksonville to win, which they did. So we do have to be careful here and not relying totally on these models. So I'm making every effort I can to check what they're saying or what they're picking. So let's get to it here. First of all, chat. It picked the Ravens, and it initially picked the Bills, but I'm not, it's not my part here to try to guide these models to any particular choices. I'm trying to emphasize to them that these are their choices. But when I ask them, aren't they maybe wasting a very strong pick early and then putting themselves into a corner later on, they kind of agreed, and so changed their pick to, they initially picked the Bills, as I said, but they changed their pick to the Ravens. And they also indicated that a good alternate game would be 49ers against the Saints. So they said in a small pool they're going to pick the Ravens, but in a larger pool they're going to switch their pick or make their pick to be the 49ers. So that's their pick, and they're trying to, they said, be strategic. And so the Gemini, if we go through their pick, they picked the Ravens. And again, I asked them, aren't they wasting a strong team early? Their indication was that the Ravens are a massive favorite over the Browns and have a revenge factor coming out of the game with New England. And even though the Browns are a divisional rival, they felt that this was a manageable pick. Again, when I asked them, aren't they wasting a strong team early, they agreed, and they then, after some discussion, indicated that they were going to change their pick to the Cowboys against the Giants. Again, a divisional game, but I think it's a divisional game, but they felt that since they're a strong favorite playing at home, that would be a good pick. Their two other potentially alternate picks were the Cardinals and the Rams, but they did go with the Cowboys for their pick in week 2, and also indicated that in a large pool that also would be their pick. So they picked the Cowboys. Groc said their initial pick, or their pick, was the Green Bay Packers over the Commanders, For some reason, neither or none of these three have much good to say about the Commanders, even though, as far as looks like the power rankings, they're moving up in these rankings. But anyway, they said that the Packers are favored by 3.5 points. Home field advantage, Lambeau Field, is significant. And that the Commanders have some challenges, even though they upset the Giants in week 1. But their offense relied heavily on Daniels' dual threat ability, 300-plus yards, so they picked the Packers. The logic is that with 100 players, or in this case 140 players, and 2 strikes in our pool, that most competitors will likely pick the favorites, Packers, Chiefs, Ravens. And while the Packers are a safe but not an elite pick for their pool, and still preserve teams like the Chiefs, which are playing the Eagles, riskier pick. They also went through logic about why not picking the Ravens and Browns, which is what Gemini did. They felt that divisional games are unpredictable. And the last 8 of 9 recent meetings have been within 10 points. So that felt that was a riskier pick. And then the Buffalo and the Jets. Buffalo is tempting, but the Jets offense showed a little bit of life against the Steelers, and they felt that a divisional road game is riskier than the Green Bay game at home. So Groc is saying the week 2 approach, with no strikes yet, we're still prioritizing a high probability win to stay safe in this pool of 140 players. And if they're in a hypothetical 1-loss pool, which is what the large national pools are, they're saying they would still pick the Packers. Their win probability is high enough for a single elimination format, and the Commanders' road challenges makes this a safer than riskier favorites like Chiefs or Ravens. So they're going to submit the Green Bay Packers in this pool for both the local pool and the national pool. So there you go. The 3 picks are Ravens from ChatGPT, Cowboys from Gemini, and Green Bay from Groc. So hopefully this will be helpful to you when you consider your entries into your pool. Good luck. And we're going to try to do some further analysis here with this as we go forward. We will see you next week, where we will give you the results of these selections, these artificial intelligence selections, and make our picks for week 3. Have a good weekend and good luck.